Okay, these are our tornado notes, tornado hurricane notes. I'll start with part 1 with tornado, and then part 2 will be hurricane. All right, so tornado. Tornadoes are sometimes called cyclones or twisters. The name depends on your location. A funnel cloud is called a tornado only when it touches the ground. So if you're like a year ago when we had that tornado, a lot of people said they saw it up in the air, but it wasn't touching the ground. If it has not touched the ground yet, it is called a funnel cloud. As soon as it touches the ground, excuse me, I got the hiccups. It's a tornado. If you look at the picture, that is a funnel cloud. We'll get to one. The one on the bottom is a tornado. When it touches the ground, it's called a tornado. Tornadoes form inside cumulonimbus clouds. These clouds are deep and tend to have lightning. And again, we talked about lightning the other day. Remember, where there's thunder, there's lightning. And I told the story of being at the track and asking if they were going to bring the kids inside because of the thunder. And the coaches always say, well, we don't cancel for thunder. We only cancel for lightning. And I'm like, well, you realize that thunder is the sound that lightning makes. So if there's thunder, there's lightning. And you're more likely to get struck from the beginning of the storm. So you're more likely to get struck before it's actually right over your head. Okay, cumulonimbus cloud formation creates a low pressure point. Air moves toward low pressure. Air converging on a low pressure area sucks up into the center of the storm. It is not known for sure what causes the spinning, but it is thought to be caused by the rotation of the earth. The average tornado has a diameter of 150 to 600 meters and travels 45 miles an hour. Okay, I'll try to keep this on the screen, but you can always rewatch the video if you miss something. When meteorologists, weather scientists, read weather maps, tornadoes usually show up as a hook formation. You can see the hook right here on the picture. And if a weatherman sees this on the radar, they know there's a tornado. Also, it says most often hail falls just minutes before a tornado moves by. So if you're sitting in your house and it's raining really hard and the wind's blowing and you're thinking, should I go into the basement or wherever it is your safe place is? If you start hearing the pound of hail, go to the basement, because I can't remember the actual statistic, but it's like 92% of tornadoes, hail falls right before the tornado tears through. So if you hear the hail, head for cover. So most often hail falls just minutes before a tornado moves by. Tornadoes are measured by the Fujita intensity scale. A tornado is given F numbers that are determined by the damage it does to human-made structures and vegetation. So the Fujita scale looks like this. An F0, less than 72 miles an hour. Damage to chimney, broken branches. An F1, 72 to 112. Peeled off roofs. Mobile homes knocked off their foundation. An F2, 113 to 157. Mobile homes demolished. Large trees snapped or twisted. F3, trains overturned. Most trees in the forest uprooted. It can literally pick up a tree and twist it right out of the ground. Number 4, well-constructed homes are leveled, structures thrown some distance. And 5, more than 260 miles an hour, strong frame houses lifted from their foundations and thrown great distances. You can see in the pictures, house demolished. That was a mobile home. So one of the things, tornadoes do tend to do a lot more damage in a small area, because they don't do as much damage when you get very far away from them. One of the differences between a hurricane and a tornado is a hurricane does damage over a wider swath, but the wind in one particular place right where the tornado is actually more in a tornado. It just doesn't affect such a large swath as it goes through. Okay, I'll do the hurricane notes next.